Good morning. How are we today? I'm back. I did not do extra streams. Instead, we are back on the normal schedule. I decided to spend some time away from the game in the evenings instead of just streaming more. But I hope you're all doing okay. Let's get into the game, shall we? So, where is this character at? Where is the character at? So, we are about to hit level 96. Bandit, hello there. Have a nice day and a good stream. Thank you. I hope you have a nice day as well. Thank you very much, Bandit. Hope you're doing good. So, where are we with the character? Right, I think tree-wise about as optimal that I can be bothered to do it. So we grabbed some poison magnitude over here. We got a little bit of attack damage here, but otherwise nothing has really changed. Gear-wise, I am all in on evasion and deflection. So we have evasion, deflection helm, evasion, deflection chest with spirit, evasion, deflection boost. And it's feeling pretty safe. I die only to my own mistakes. Also instilled the helm as it's rolled pretty well. So we have Dangerous Blossom on the helm, 10% gained as Fizz, which isn't technically the best installation, but it's the one that has the least hoops to jump through. And then we have Crushing Verdict on the neck. I found a Rite of Passage, which I just decided to use. It's Rite of the Passage Bear, which is 20% life, stun threshold, stun build-up, and reduced damage taken. You've seen a bike in the background. Am I a biker? I think that's that's from Final Fantasy VII, Bandit. I am not a biker. That's Cloud riding his bike. It's a bit nerdier than than an actual bike ornament. I have a bicycle. I ride my bicycle. What else do we have? Skill-wise, I did invest in an Ulnator's Embrace, mostly because they keep going up in value. You don't need this in this ability, but they're just going up in price. So it's a relatively inflation-safe way to store divs, I think. I also grabbed a Rigwald's for a similar principle. You can just use Brutality here. It doesn't make much of a difference. Brutality turns off the poison from high-velocity rounds, but it doesn't really make a big difference. Otherwise, I think that's it for expensive lineage gems. Thought you were a biker, brother. You're bad. That's all right. My mum rides a motorcycle, or she did. She switched to a quad bike now. But her and her partner, they like to ride their bikes through the mountains of Spain. Today we're going to be farming some Tang Mazu. I have finally finished my Doriani questline so that I can allocate this node, 25% chance for an additional unique, but have a single revive. So we'll allocate this. And then we'll do some Tang Mazu. So we'll swap our armor piercing rounds for high velocity rounds. And what else do we need to do? We'll turn off Herald of Plague and put on Berserk. And then we'll make sure we're in second weapon set so we're not losing health immediately. And then we'll grab some invitations. So I've got 9 reflections here. And we're going to farm some Tang Mazu, see if we can get some voices. So we'll head over to the Withered Willow. I don't think I need any more delirium points. Yeah, these are just related to the fog, not to Tangmazu themselves. And off we go. Let's kill some Pinnacle bosses if we can get some banger loot. And then I'll finish my Jado questline and get the rest of the points that I need in other Atlas trees. This should be a pretty quick fight. This build does a crazy damage. Oh, actually, we do need to make some other skill swaps. Need to put Uruk's Smelting in. We'll put Takati's Ire into frag rounds, because all of the damage we're going to be doing is coming from high velocity rounds and frag rounds. So we want increased physical damage taken and our faster poison on fragmentation rounds. Now, I've not died on this fight yet, but that doesn't mean it won't happen. There we go. Come on, voices. What did we get? Something that doesn't even register as a drop. Let's update my keybinds to show all loot. That's not the right one. Where is the show all loot button? Did he even drop a unique? Is this Flanged Mace the unique? Can I have it, please? There we go. Ah, yes. Harbinger of Madness. But I did update my... Yeah, I just did toggle label visibility and it didn't work. Local hero games. It just turns off the labels for everything else. That's weird. But it shouldn't be hiding boss drops. We'll just turn low value uniques back on while we farm, because I like picking up the boss uniques. The eyeball icon was such a tease, right? Alright, anyway, we didn't get anything worth anything. Sadist's Mercy. Enemies in your presence have additional power equal to their grueling madness. Which is the... Oh, it's the slowing mace, eh? Alright. There's a couple of div down the drain. Let's keep going. It's annoying that we have to respawn Withered Willow every time we want to run this. You see I'm on controller, am I on console? No, I'm playing with a PlayStation controller on PC. I haven't actually checked if Tangmazu can drop the Raven Touched Shard. I'm assuming that also comes from him, but I don't know if it does. Hopefully we'll find out. But yeah, I play on controller because it's just much kinder to my wrists and hands for long play sessions. I don't get as much control over the character, but that's a trade I'm willing to make. It'd be good if there was a harder version of these bosses. Alright, we got the Gnashing Sash. And the ring. Or is that the Gnashing Sash? I'm not actually sure. Oh, it's Bijou Born. Alright. Never mind. I was wondering how your experience was because going console has been a buggy mess and I keep bouncing between loving the game and hating the game. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't realize console were having issues still. I used to play on console and I had a pretty good experience. But that was back in 0.1. Protagonist, how you doing, man? You've joined me as I'm farming some Tangmazu. How you doing, Protagonist? What build are you on at the moment? Playing with ward skill mechanics and might have some tech that'll interest you if you haven't done it yet. I have a plan. My plan was to try ward stuff on a Huntress. And do some ice crystal things. That was what I was going to start tinkering around with, but I don't think it'll be my next build. I have a different idea for my next build. You can't watch right now, spoilers. Ah, okay. No worries. It's alright, it's not like you'll see very much. You can listen. It's alright, it dies very quick, so there aren't many spoilers. We got some gloves. Are you doing ward stuff with crossbows, Protagonist? GG, yeah. The end game bosses are a bit disappointing in terms of difficulty. Oh, you're doing crossbow stuff. Yeah, I wasn't going to do crossbow stuff. Well, was I? I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking of doing some like glacial bolt stuff on the Huntress with a bunch of ward abilities. But I haven't fully theory crafted yet. Runic Blades is the buff that pops a projectile when you hit an enemy with a projectile. Oh yeah, one of the other guys was doing something with that, right? With explosive shot and armor break. Said it was very powerful. Can't remember who it was. The laser gate ward skill is so silly. I'm using Voltaic Barricade on my mana stacking Blue Flame chunk. Nice. Another ring. Guess I'll just pull back rather than running up. Alright, 5 more runs to go. Will we get a Voices? Or a Raven Touch Shard? Yeah, I did find an Eventide Petals that had a pretty good Ice Crystal roll on it. It had plus 3% maximum Ice Crystal life. So I thought maybe I'd do something with that. Brass Dome on Huntress would be quite a fun like ward thing. See what we can do there, like just stacking tons of ward. But my next build, I think I'm going to do Gemling Tornado. I always wanted to do a Tornado build, but it felt bad. But now, with the taming and Gemling quality bonus, Tornado might be good. Fuck Twisters. We're going to do Tornado. Alright. Good drop? Give me the good drops. Come on, baby. Nope. Another mace and a ring. Alright, let me refresh my loot filter. 2:41 PM. Yeah, that should be alright. Now it should show us the boss drops. Four to go. I was on console, started at 0.2 and it's been mostly okay, but 0.5 has been a big change. Lots of fun new content riddled with buggy bugs, buggy quests. Well, I mean, yeah, there's just a lot of bugs in 0.5 anyway, I think regardless of whether you're on console. That's just because they've added so much content that there's just quite a large number of bugs. It's unfortunate. I've been quite lucky. I've not run into anything that's been game breaking. I've had some annoying things happen, but nothing that stopped me from progressing. Don't mean to... No, don't worry. I understand if you're frustrated with your experience. I get it. It's not just you having bug issues. It's quite prevalent. Come on, baby. Another ring. Wonder what the average, I mean, I guess we can tell by the price of voices, right? What the average number of runs is going to be. It's going to be more like 100. I'm not doing 100 Tangmazus. I thought I'd just do 10, see if we get lucky. I ran into this bug where I was teleporting in PowerPoint when trying to move. Luckily, some fella gave me a good wallop and it fixed itself. Is that like the jittering thing that happens? Where all of a sudden, like when you're moving around, like the screen like is shaking all the time? That happens to me. That was happening to me in 0.4 though. Dinner just arrived, so have the good rest of your stream. Catch you later. Cheers, local hero. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Enjoy your dinner. You sent me a clip of the bug in Discord. I mean, this build only does 6.3 million DPS. Feels like... Oh, there we go. We got our money back. Raven Touch Shard. Yummy. So they do drop from Tangmazu. Well, not only did I get my money back, I made a profit. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't had that bug, Chayula. That's quite funny. Are these Raven Touch still going up in price, or should I just sell it? They seem to be fluctuating by quite a lot. How much are they worth? 46. They're holding about steady, it seems. Hello, ASD Pizza. How do you instill your amulet now? You need to complete the first part of the Delirium questline that starts from the Withered Willow. So you need to make your way over to this area, the Withered Willow, and you need to do the first part of the questline, and that will allow you to instill your amulet. It is now gated, which is, I guess, why you no longer get the emotions from the campaign. So if you start, this is where you start, you go over to the left here, and you activate the quest. And I think you have to run 5 maps, Delirium maps. And then if you want to instill your helmet, you need 50 divines. Where did this just go? Oh, it's in here, right? Yeah. I'll probably need one in the future. I guess I'll just save it for now. Let's do the rest of the runs. How many we got left? 2 more to go. But I think the runs cost me, for 10 runs, what did they cost me? 20 div? 27 div? Or 17? I can't remember if the Raven shards are 1.7 div or 2.7. So I've either doubled my money or tripled it. Wow, the RP before the fight takes longer than the fight itself, eh? Another one down. Come on, baby. Give me that voices. No voices. I wonder if I should update my filter and actually show some of these items that drop. Yeah. Just cannot be bothered to be sorting through rares, you know. Does this fight have unlimited respawn? It does normally, but I have the Doriani passive, which turns off respawns. Well, it says has a single revive, so I don't know if that means I get 2 chances. I guess it means 2 chances, right? Because it would say 0 revives if it was no chances. But yeah, you can give up your unlimited attempts for a 25% chance for 2 uniques. So for Tangmazu, I'm going to turn this on, and for things like Zesht, I would turn on this one, which increases lineage support gem drop, because that's the money in something like Zesht. But then they take 35% less damage, which is inconsequential when you do 6 million DPS. So yeah, you get unlimited attempts unless you want to make it harder in exchange for less. Which is a pretty good system, I think. Well, it doesn't make it harder, right, actually. The Doriani one just gives you less attempts. The Jado one makes it harder. I was hoping to get the bow. I'd like to do a periphery build at some point as well. That's on the list. Do a Coming Calamity periphery build I thought would be pretty fun as well. Just like some meme builds. There we go, that's all the attempts. Last loot roll. Another ring, alright. Drops the ring quite a lot, eh? I feel like I read somewhere as well, some of the items can drop Raven Touched. I don't know if they can all drop Raven Touched. I imagine that's the big money maker as well, if any of his uniques can be Raven Touched. Hey, maybe we'll turn these Veil Purses in for a Lore Weave. Start saving up rings. Search for Raven. Oh, this has a Raven in the description. Alas. Alright, there we go. Profitable, but not particularly interesting. So now I would like to... I'll just fill out these. There we go. We are capped on Delirium skill points. I don't know why it's still showing me as having one more. Oh, there we go. Skill point wise, I've got all of the Abyss tree, all of the Delirium tree, most of the Ritual tree. The whole Atlas tree. None of the Temple tree. And some of the Breach tree. We could finish Jado and run some Zeshts. See if we can get another Ulna Tolls. So in order to finish Jado, I need to go and do the Derelict Mansion over here. So we'll do some of that. I need to grab some maps. We can socket armor-piercing rounds back in for the Prism of Relief, because now we only care about clear speed. Turn off we keep attrition on weapon slot 2, but we turn Berserk off for Herald of Plague on weapon slot 1. So we'll finish filling out the Atlas and stuff, and then I think I'll think about leveling up a Gemling and doing some Gemling things. I think this build's reached as far as I want to push it. It could go further, but there's not really anything requiring more investment. Oh, I already have a map in here. Whoops. So we've got some Breach and some Delirium. Oh, we had Jado active. Whoops. Is that Jado the one I wanted activated? It's probably Doriani, actually. With extra effect and extra revives, because we are running a Delirium, so dying is not out of the question, though as you'll see this build is reasonably tanky, which is pretty good for a pure evasion build. I did try running triple Deli tablets yesterday, and they were not very exciting, mostly because the unique shards that can spawn, for some reason have started spawning map bosses, which cannot drop emotions. And the whole point of me running Deli was to try and target farm some liquid emotions. And the best ones come from the boss on Omniphobia or Kosis. Gaius Quintus, how you doing, man? So yeah, I feel like for Delirium farming, I can't spec out of the ancient emotions, which aren't worth as much as the high-end liquid emotions. And I cannot stop the map bosses spawning from orange shards. And they can't even drop emotions, so it just seems like Deli farming as a strategy is pretty tough. You kind of have to just use Deli to pump other things up. Excited to get in some mapping, Gaius. Deli feels like it's in a weird spot. Yeah, I agree. I think my number one request for changes to the end game at the moment is to let us spec out of Atlas passives. I'm interested to see what the experience is going to be like on a second character with a fully completed endgame Atlas that I have. Do I have to do the quest lines again? You know, does each character have to get the Atlas passives? I don't think so. I haven't looked into it yet, but I don't think that's the case. Or let us flip nose on and off. Right, yeah. Spec in and out. I know what you mean. There's some points where I'm like, why would I even choose this? Like making breaches take 10 seconds longer to close, right? I mean, you get more experience and hive blood and drops, right? Because they never stop spawning monsters once the rares spawn. So technically, if you're trying to get more hive blood and things, it could be a bonus. But yeah, you should be able to choose what bonuses you are gifted with, because they're not always bonuses, are they? Especially since waystones are harder to sustain. Don't have a giant mountain of lower ones now. Right, yeah, good point. I don't know what I'm going to do about low-level waystones. Because it disables some of your Atlas tree, right, when you're running lower waystones. Ooh, something hit me hard there. So you can see it's really when I push into the Delirium Fog with max effectiveness, 6 mod map, with Waystone effect, that's when the build actually starts getting tested a bit in terms of the damage it does. And a room full of Delirium demons for the boss. This is the only way I can challenge the build. The other annoying thing with the Delirium Fog is that it's, you know, if you actually want to juice up, like, where is the breach that I need to juice? I can't make it now, I think, to the breach. Oops. Okay. How is the build feeling? Overconfident, that is how the build is feeling. Alright, all I did was lose some experience in Delirium Splinters. Not a big deal. Mistake! Feels like the deli visuals are worse than the last patch somehow. Yeah, it could be. Could be. Okay, we will stick with Doriani as our master for a while. He can make things harder, but then also give us a second revive in case things like that happen. What am I going to run? I'm just going to keep running Deli and Breach tablets, I think. That's a ritual tablet. Do I want to keep running Deli? I mean, it does drop divines. Effectiveness sounds good. Delirium with Spirit is juiced as fuck, but also some mobs can one-shot you no matter what you do. Effective stacking is really fun, but I really hope they don't scale down some of the damage juiced by the spirits. Yeah, I mean, the spirits, especially as you can't turn them off, eh, Seuster? I've been on such a struggle bus in SSF on my plants for Ashta. Still have an eye level 48 staff. I cannot for the life of me get plus skills on one. And I still haven't dropped Perfect Essence to get it. Still at 4 mod T15s. Be so much easier with a half decent weapon. I'm surprised you haven't found the essences, considering how frequent they are when you spec into them on the Atlas. You have a billion perfect essences of everything else. not able to click the shrine there. I'll try that one. Oh, I know why my clear feels shit. I've forgotten to put Dominus Grasp back in. Whoops. Always forgetting to swap my gems around. Things should die a bit quicker now. Well, the acceleration shrine will help as well. But even when that wears off, things should be a bit quicker now. Except since I added the Prism of Belief, my mana sustain has been a little bit worse. I guess we should do the rituals while we're deli juiced as well. Oh no, I can't do the first one now. It'll turn off the deli. Yeah, it's very unfortunate if you're spec'd into sorcery and you're still not getting them. It must be very frustrating. It's chaotic and fun until you get hit by the hare or the fox spirit. Oh yeah, the many spirit infusions is scary, isn't it? Oh fuck. Double mana drainers. Oh, we had to leave the deli fog. That's annoying. Oh well. Been an interesting challenge to squeeze out as much damage on the tree as you can. Yeah, spells really struggles without plus skills, eh? With martial weapons, you can kind of just get away with it. There's like a bunch of other options. Feels like strongboxes are pretty good now, though. I quite often get a div out of them. I know divs aren't worth as much this league, but they feel worth opening. Especially with max investment, you can like juice up all of the mods on them. Been loving Temple as a league mechanic. Nice. I've left Temple till last. Hopefully we'll get round to it today. So I'm going to stream until 5:30 my time. So it'll be a 3-hour stream. Then I'm going to take a half an hour break. And then I'm going to go and be on whatever media's channel for the Yap of Exile podcast. So we'll do some farming. Yeah, if you guys are going to be around, it'd be great to have you there. I'm both excited and nervous for my first podcast. Yeah, I mean, it's been a week here. I've sort of given myself the grace to just play the game this week. I was stressing a bit about putting out videos. I put out one of the build updates. I'll probably put out a full build guide now that we're kind of done with this character. And I started making a crossbow crafting video. I wrote most of the script for it. And then I got halfway through filming it and was like, this video sucks. There just isn't enough to say about crafting weapons, I don't think. I was like, oh, there's kind of 3 tiers of crafting. You know, you've got the basic slam it with a greater abrasion. You've got the Astrid's creativity to then slam it with either a perfect battle or perfect abrasion or something. And then you've got the, fracture natural plus projectiles into finishing the craft with an Astrid's creativity. And it's just, there's nothing, that's it, right? That's all there is. Beyond that, right, you're not really looking at anything that's learnable. It's all just slam and pray. So I just stopped making it. I just stopped making the video and was like, I'm not going to be happy putting this out. I'm sure it would get many views, even though it really says nothing. I mean, there's definitely some really cool high-end crafted items that you can make. But there's no good, I think, deterministic way to make them. You kind of just have to be quite rich. Yeah, Astrid's creativity is the second crafted modifier. I originally thought that you could add more than 1 to the weapon, but then when I was prepping for the video, I realized it's limit of 1. If you could add 2 to the weapon, that would be good. Then you'd actually have something to say, right? Then you'd have some real tiers of crafting. Helen HD, just the man I needed to see. Likewise. How's it going, man? Are they socket bound? No, Astrid's creativities are not socket bound. So I have 2 crafted mods on this weapon. So this was a weapon I bought with the T2 fizz percentage and the +4 proj. I slammed it with a greater abrasion and desecrated it. Then I managed to fracture the +4 proj, which meant I could then suffix craft the gain as fizz with an Astrid's creativity. And then I did some dextral erasure until I got a suffix I was happy with. I just stopped at fizz damages life. I just didn't really want to pour any more currency into the weapon. I did a bunch of rolls and I just decided to stop on leech. The leech isn't incredible, to be honest, because I'm doing a fair amount of chaos damage with my main skill. Hoping to get some insight onto that crossbow. The crossbow I'm using, Helen? Was my explanation the insight you needed? The crossbow craft is just very expensive, unfortunately. You don't have many options. Most of them involve fracturing what is already an expensive base. Whittle. Mono, 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 Jack. Don't you come back no more. There we go. Save all those for later. Oh, we got a gore girdle here. Whoops. Are they worth anything? Oh no, they're still like a 1x, right? Yeah, they're a 1x item. Phew! Should probably check the unique save before I spend all my tribute. Yes, Helen. So they do let you still fracture on a they let you fracture on an unrevealed veiled modifier. So you greater abrasion, and then you desecrate. Can you runeforge unique belts? No, you can't, Gaius. I'm going to do the ritual questline now. Hope you can get a mage blood. Yeah, I'm sure you do. I also hope I can find 450 divines. Yeah, so, I mean, it's expensive. So, I mean, what's on trade at the moment? Let's have a look. Crossbow-wise. Maybe found crossbows have come down in price. So if we do +4 proj and fizz percentage, 160. And we do minimum 700 fizz DPS. There might be some cheaper ways to do this. Oh, never mind, no. They are 33 divines. So what you can do, if you can't find a magic crossbow, let me pull up. If you can't find a magic crossbow with what you want, so let's say we turn this off and do magic. Okay, so they're like 30 divines, right? So it's going to cost you at least 30 div an attempt. But if we did 700 fizz DPS, and we go any non-unique. So we've got this one here for 33 divines, right? It has a T2 fizz percentage, it has T3, and it has +4, right? What you can do is you can Omen of Light this, and you can try and fracture that, or you can try and do it with a magic base. If you miss the fracture, you can still, as long as you hit a prefix with the fracture, you could still, technically, risk bricking the crossbow in order to try the perfect essence craft anyway. So if you slam this, right, and you hit, let's say you fracture, and instead of hitting the +4, you hit the +169, you could still dextral crystallization with a perfect essence and try and hit not the +4. So you could fill up the suffixes, for instance, first to give you more of a chance to not hit the +4, and then you could still end up with a very good crossbow. But if you hit the +4, then you just wasted like 30 divines, right? You end up with a crossbow that's still good, but then, you know, then you have to slam and pray on your suffix. It's just, there's not really a good way to do this, you know? I don't know if a +3 is a bit cheaper. Nope. Someone's trying to sell one for 70 divines. There's a +5 here for 49 divines. Still only T2 fizz though. And then what, like T1 fizz is like 17 divines to start a craft on. It's not cheap. It is not cheap. The good news is there's nothing really hard enough to warrant a crossbow that's much more powerful than this one. It's a rich man's world. Yeah. Yeah, things have been better in the past, eh, for getting a build off the ground. Well, I mean, getting it off the ground is easy. K-shaped economy strikes again. Can I link you my crossbow? Not sure which way I can do it. Yes, you can. Are you in the Discord, Suisteer? That's probably the easiest place to share it. That is the best place to get immediate feedback. If you post it there, I can also have a look now. I am no crafting expert, so it's perfectly possible that I don't know something that makes this a lot easier, but I feel like I'm going to mess something up with the steps. I also get that anxiety when I'm about to try and craft something expensive. But yeah, basically the first time I tried to craft this, I've tried to fracture the projectiles and I missed. And then I still ended up with a +4 proj, you know, decent DPS weapon. That's in like the mid investment tier of the craft. All right, we're in an ad break for those of you who are not subscribed, though you can't hear me, unless you're on YouTube. There's a new crafting item from expeditions that give 20 to 30% increased magnitude of ailment. Yes, that is a suffix, Sustia. But it takes up a crafted modifier, so the challenge there is it's not better than another crafted modifier. It's definitely not better than Gainer's Fizz on the prefix. But if you have a bad crossbow, or if you have a crossbow that already has its crafted modifier, I don't know if it's worth an Astrid's creativity though. I was looking at that. If I could add 2 Astrid's creativity to this, I would have put it on the suffix. Ooh, perfect chaos. That's a few div. Yes, if you do exclamation Discord, Sustia, it'll give you the invite. Or it should do anyway. If the bot doesn't do it, then I will do it. But yeah, the bot should be working on YouTube. Fingers crossed. No, is it not working? Stupid Nightbot. Alright, give me a sec. Some of the Nightbot commands are working on YouTube, and some of them aren't. There you go, Sistio. Rainzik, good to see you. How you doing? We're doing good here. We're just getting my last Jado point so that our Atlas Masters are complete. And then I need to go get some... Maybe we'll run some Zesht to get the last of my breach points. Depending on how much it costs per run. Apparently we are near the boss. Does Breach tank my system? No, mine's been alright. But I have a very beefy system. I have a 9950 X3D CPU, so nothing really tests it in PoE 2. Oh, Divine Shrine. I'm not falling for that one again. I keep getting caught out by Divine Shrines that are masquerading as something else. Wait, did it just activate the shrine and not give me a buff? Rude. What is a Divine Shrine? Divine Shrine makes all of the enemies immune to damage and gives you a buff that makes you immune to damage when you pick it up. So I've run into the issue where I've looked at what I thought was just a... Tempest Shrine, and then it turns out it's a Divine Shrine, and I'm stood in the middle of a Tempest Shrine and a bunch of invulnerable mobs. And unsurprisingly, it has resulted in my imminent death. Papa Pratt with a raid! Thank you very much, Papa Pratt. Welcome in. Civil Wolf, welcome to the stream. How you doing today, Papa Pratt? What you been up to? Where is the boss? The delirium has just run out and there's no boss. Rude. I looked into the market with an 800 Fizz DPS crossbow without crafted mod on prefix, then used Astrid's creativity and gave 2 crafted mod on suffix, ailment magnitude, and attack skill level. That's a good idea, Sistia. Hopefully that was pretty cheap for you to craft. Grim Pillar Totems. Is that using the mechanic where it doesn't actually cost any ward to craft the Grim Pillars? I've heard that's very powerful. And you just did your first divinity, nice. What did you think to the divinity fight, Papa Pratt? Was it interesting, or did you just blast him down instantly? Civil Wolf with a follow. Thank you very much, Civil Wolf. I appreciate that. We are just running some endgame here with my run and gun build. Finishing off my Jado questline. So that I can run some Zeshts. Took you a couple of tries. Yeah, when I first got to Divinity, I think it took me 2 or 3 tries as well. He has a one-shot mechanic? Oh, I just think I just died because I had no idea what the fuck was going on. He's so fast. You know, and he's just like zooming around the arena. There were a lot of points in the fight where, you know, before I turned up with a build that was much more powerful, I just had no idea where he was. Oh, the fragment fight before. Yeah, one of those took me a couple of attempts as well. There was some nasty mechanics in those. Yeah, lots of instances where it's like, where the hell do I stand? Papa Pratt with the follow. Thank you very much, Papa Pratt. I appreciate it. We're getting double bossed. Oh, fuck. $25 div for the crossbow base, 20 div for the Astrid, total 55 divs. Just a divot to better rolls. That's not too bad. 50 divs for a weapon is pretty good. But yeah, many moments in those new boss fights when I went in with the my league starter build, right? The like Alcan Go setup of my build where I just didn't know where I should be standing. The screen just gets filled with effects, eh? Instructions unclear. Ooh. Got them big runes. Oh, masterwork rune, yes please. What have we got here? Chilling flux. Alright, I guess we're taking chilling flux. Always iron runes. I don't think I need to add difficulty to this. Let's just kill this stupid beam caster. I'll take a look at your crossbow in a moment, Sistia. Were you just sharing it because it's good, or did you want some advice? Either way is fine. Let me just finish this map though. Sometimes the mobs that come out of these remnants are so tanky. I assume it's one of the remnant abilities that make them take way less damage. Oh, you were just letting me know it's one way to get the second crafted mod on the limitation. Right. Oh, I see it's like an alternative to just get a good weapon. Yeah, if you just buy something with good prefixes and then finish up the suffixes. Yeah, it's a good idea. I think I find it hard to let go of the Gainer's Fizz, though, on the weapon, just because it's a 700 Fizz DPS crossbow with Gainer's Fizz is the equivalent to like 1000 DPS crossbow. the gain adds is just such an incredibly powerful modifier. In fact, when I was prepping for the video that I never ended up making, I actually found that adding Gainer's Fizz with a decent roll was more damage than adding +3 proj. You're going to try the crossbow craft, Helen? Good luck, good luck. May you keep your divines. I just feel like I'm such a slow mapper. Like, I faff around so much. It's like people are off exploring the Atlas. My play time is enormous, right? I've been playing all this week. I've had the week off work. I've been playing every day, most of the day. Abrasion, Desecrate, Fracture for the start. That is the start, yeah. In my opinion. I'm getting swarmed a bit here. Thank God for the deflection, eh? I'm actually really impressed with how strong evasion deflection feels now, though. Getting 95% deflection feels like it's basically enough to offset, like the equivalent of being evasion energy shield hybrid. I mean, obviously my rite of passage is helping quite a bit with the really juiced content, but even before I got the rite of passage, it was feeling pretty good. Wow, I'm kind of just filling up an inventory of stuff I might never look at here. Ooh, we're about to ding as well. Relatively a linear map, so maybe we'll actually make it to the end of the boss before the fog wears out. Maybe we'll actually get to do a Delhi breach. God, these blood monsters still hit incredibly hard, though. Yeah, I think actually with the abrasion, desecrate, fracturing start, you actually always get a second chance, eh? You always get a second chance to finish the craft. Unfortunately, sometimes it'll cost you an Astrid's creativity. I think that's the big loss that happens. It fractured Fizz. So now you have a choice, right? Now you can either leave it as is, or you can gamble an Astrid's creativity and the +4 proj by filling up the suffixes and then doing a dextral crystallization with a perfect essence with an Astrid's creativity. I don't know how much Astrids are at the moment. How much are they? They've been fluctuating quite a lot as well. They're 20 divines. Mr. Media, how you doing? Good morning. Just saying earlier how excited and a little nervous I am to be on your podcast later. My first podcast experience. I hope I have interesting things to say. Oh, we hit level 96. Oh, this is hitting quite hard. Nothing to be nervous about. Well, you know, easy to say, eh? I feel like if I'm boring on my stream, like it doesn't matter. But if I'm boring on your stream, then I feel bad. Yeah, we can just yap about the video game. It's gonna be great. It's not like I have anything to yap about in my real life, because my life has been this video game for the past week. Though, well, I mean, saying that, we did have 5 fox cubs in our garden the other day. I looked out of the kitchen window and all, like a mother and 5 cubs were all playing in the garden, which explains why our garden has been absolutely trashed. But they were very adorable. But there's tiny little paw prints all over the patio. And they were just like running around, fighting and, you know, chasing each other, ripping up the plants. And there was just, there were 3 cats sat on the fence just watching them. All right, I think I need to empty my pockets soon because my pockets are full. There we go. Pockets are full. T2 lightning. Boring. Baxar with the follow. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Super cute eating all my plants, right? Yeah. It was when I was renting. We also had a lot of foxes in the garden. And it didn't seem to matter as much as when it wasn't my garden. But now I'm like, oh, the fig tree my friends gave us as a present is now, it's gone. They ate the whole thing. Because it turns out foxes are omnivores and they like eating tubers. And roots and trees and plants. Oh no. Alright, let's just pop out. Go back to work on Tuesday and you're gonna be yeah, I gotta go back to work tomorrow. And I know I have a large amount of work waiting for me because I told them to make a list of things to do for when I get back because we were in the middle of a deal when I left. So I was like, oh, just make a list of stuff for me to do. I'll do it when I get back. Oh, you sweet summer child. I gave them carte blanche to just put all of the work off and just offload it onto me. That's future me's problem, yeah. Now they're just like, oh, we don't have to do that. We can just wait for Read More Book to get back. And he'll do it. My main issue is people writing fucking proposals with ChatGPT and then being like, oh, I've started it. You just need to proofread it. No, I don't need to proofread it. I need to rewrite the entire thing because what you've written is slop. Well, they haven't written it, right? They have asked... Oh man, I didn't make it to the boss again. Maybe my build isn't good enough for full effectiveness deli and breach juicing. Maybe it's too slow. Willpower or claws? It's always claws. It just offloading work to someone else? Yeah, I know. It is getting to be quite annoying. They think they've offloaded the work to ChatGPT, but actually they've offloaded it to me. TJ, welcome in, man. How you doing? You should check out Eternal Rage necklaces. I snagged one for 5 div 2 days ago. Dang, are they that cheap? I didn't even know. Do you think I'd be able to get +3 proj on it for 5 div? Though I think I am going to move on from the build soon, TJ, so, but thank you for the tip. I didn't realize they were that cheap. No proj at that price point. That makes sense. It does feel like they have toned down the one-shots, right? You have to really juice things for it to one-shot you now. Like, through deflection. That wouldn't have been the case last patch, I don't think. I think there were more one-shots. Or maybe deflect just was really that unreliable with how it scaled. You're not super senior, but you do have a few people under you, and anytime you ask for someone to write something, 75% chance is coming back so poorly done, I should have just written it. Yeah. I've tried to use Gen AI a few times, and every time I've tried to use it, I've just thrown away what it's done and just done it from scratch. It's like if a company wanted a ChatGPT answer to their request for proposal, they would have asked ChatGPT, right? I don't know why people think we're going to be able to get away with just producing slop to respond to proposal requests. It doesn't make any sense. Evasion deflect felt pretty strong last patch too. You're sure I've said it, but what's the next build when I bench this? So I hadn't decided yet. I had a few things that I was thinking about, TJ, but I have decided, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a Tornado Gemling. So we're going to do a Gemling Legionnaire with Tornado and the Taming. Because Tornado alternate quality, yeah, gets +2 limit from alternate quality. And the taming means that they'll actually do damage without needing to generate elemental ground. That sounds fun, right? It doesn't stack? Oh, man. So if it doesn't stack, then there's another thing we can do with the Tornado. So as long as it does enough damage for one to kill screens, right? For single target, we could do Frost Wall with Verglass in Tornado. Because the alternate quality on Frost Wall is massive increase to life of the ice crystal, and then Verglast will scale off that. I'm pretty sure you can, from what I've seen, you can scale your Frostwall life to be like 300 plus K life, which means 160 gainers cold, or something like that. Feel like it's easier to set your own elemental grounds? We don't need to set our own elemental grounds because of the taming ring. Tornado would just automatically have all of the elemental grounds. So the taming, very powerful ring, it automatically makes all wind skills count as having... Can I show you my character without the skin? You want me to take off all of my cosmetics? Why? You want to just see my hodgepodge of shit gear, Wesley? Oh, we need to do our passive point. We'll just grab it 10% attack damage. The skin is very sick. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. The Maven skin is very cool. But yeah, the taming is very strong, and it's coming down in price as well. How do you roll the last suffix? Well done on getting the fracture, Helen. So you roll the last suffix with a great deal of luck. Costs about 5 div a go. Well, it depends. It costs between like 2 and 5 div a go. So I was alternating between using Dextral Erasure and Whittlings. So if the Whittling was going to hit the suffix, then I would whittle with a Greater Chaos Orb until I couldn't whittle it anymore, and then I would remove it with a Dextral Erasure. And try again with a greater Exalted Orb. Welcome to crafting in 0.5. It requires a great deal of luck. Yeah, I mean, I spent like 20 divs before I just settled on Life Leech, Helen. You could get very lucky, but yeah. I don't know of a better way to do it. Oh, we actually found the breach while Delhi was up. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I haven't even looked at like whether or not it's possible to deterministically craft like a pair of Catler's Decay gloves. I mean, some of the mods from the Decay crafting are really strong. It's like 40% magnitude. I also don't know if you could put in both the Catler's gem and the Marksman gem and get like +2 proj, 40% element magnitude gloves. Which would be pretty bonkers as well. I don't know if you can use 2 of those crafting runes at the same time, though. I wish I could see into that building. That'd be nice. So I can see what the fuck those enemies are going to do. Where have these come from? All of that for an annulment. Wait, did we run out of Delhi? Did it not pause? I think there's a bug with the delirium not pausing as well at the moment. Sometimes it pauses, and sometimes it doesn't. I really just want to stop putting it on my maps. The Doriani Atlas passive for irradiating maps is also bugged, which means I kind of always have to use an irradiated tablet, which means I always get a random league mechanic that I don't want. Half of Hilda's don't work either. Many, many bugs. Yeah. I mean, this is truly early access testing now, right? They've added basically another game. It's like 0.1 for the end game, right? So I'm not going to hold it against them. Everything that's happened bug-wise for me has just been like mildly annoying, but I know some people got like their progression bricked for a while, which doesn't feel very good. When they put out the patch to fix the Hinakora's lock bug, if you looked at the thread, it was all just complaints about other things. Yeah, and they've been catching the economy stuff pretty quick. The economy is pretty healthy, in my opinion. I mean, Mage Bloods have kind of exploded in price. There's so many on the market, but they're just going up and up in price. I actually found a Mage Blood this week. And I sold it for 290 divines, and they're now 430 divines. What did I roll on it? I didn't even end up using it, but it rolled diamond, quicksilver, amethyst, and ruby. I didn't even use it. I just sold it and bought a bunch of evasion gear. And then I've stored the rest of my wealth like across various omens and Hinakora's locks and stuff. I took a short-term bath on Hinakora's lock. I bought a Hinakora's lock when there were 130 divines, and then the bug appeared, and I was like, what is going on? I was told that Hinakora's locks are a safe place to store your divines, and I was sat there 50 divines down on Hinakora's lock. It was like, and then it turned out there was some bug that was happening where you could guarantee them, which they fixed pretty quick. So now they've gone back up to, what are they, like 140 now? Yeah, they're like 140. So I ended up buying a second one when they were at 90 divines. So now I'm up 50 on one of them and up 10 on the other. You did it right and got the crossbow done. Well done, Helen. Nice. Glad to hear it. Let's have a look at Seusta's crossbow. Plus crit, plus attack, magnitude of ailments. Oh, and a really nice fizz roll. Dang. Yeah, looks like a pretty good fizz roll. Seustia, nice crossbow.
Acceptable.
I'm glad you're all getting sweet crossbows out here. Now if they could just add some uber bosses to make it worthwhile. But yeah, I've actually had pretty insane luck this league in terms of drops. I got a Mage Blood from a random remnant. It was like a 4 or 5 slot remnant. I got Ulnatol's Embrace from my questline Zesht kill. I got Rakiatas from my questline Jade Isles. I've had a Rite of Passage drop with a decent animal on it. I think these are like 40 divines. Yeah, I've definitely had streamer client luck. I got clips of them all. It all happened off stream, but I did clip all of it. So when I do my build update, it's just going to be a string of me getting insanely lucky drops. And I mean, I spent a lot of it on making this build a lot better and then saved the rest. Because I sold the first Unotolls I got, and then I was like, actually, I do want to test it out on the build. So I ended up buying one for more than I sold mine for after I got the Rakiatas. So I think, like, on this character, we've maybe spent a few hundred divines worth of... Always wearing a few hundred divines worth of stuff. And then I've got a couple of hundred divines, like, saved in my stash in locks and omens. So I think we're good for any build that I want to play for the rest of the league. Hopefully, anyway. See if we get any other lucky drops when we're doing the quest lines. Do I have any coffee left? Yeah, a little bit. These monsters are meant to get the map mods, but they don't feel like they've got all the effectiveness that the main map has. I mean, apparently they have all the extra damage and the effectiveness and stuff, but it doesn't feel like it. Or maybe it just has the mods, but not the bonuses. So then maybe they get all the extra damage, but not any of the results of those mods. I wouldn't be surprised if it's bugged, though. If I had more mana, I could just go around shooting high velocity rounds off, and letting the poisons do all the work. Oh, fuck. Or I could get myself into trouble. Another bug for the pile. Possibly. I did slash bug earlier, because I don't know if you guys know, but you can report bugs in-game with slash bug. You do like slash bug and then the description of the bug. And then it's like, bug number 12 million has been registered. So, feels like maybe for me, after a couple of patches, I should do a feedback video rather than a string of bug reports. Blaze, good to see you, man. How you doing? Sorry, I almost missed your message there. You got your internet back up and running? How's the game treating you? Yeah, pretty good. Insanely lucky drops. Good build. Back online. Life is good. Glad to hear it, man. That must have been so annoying. You couldn't even make it up, right? That you're already struggling with your internet, and then in league start week, someone come and literally cuts through your internet line. It's like, what the fuck? You cannot make it up. Are you sure you don't have any enemies that you've made? Do you have a nemesis that's like fucking with you? You've been starting any long-term rivalries in the local area? You have a few haters now. You've reached the level of popularity where people will just start hating you for no reason, eh? Despite Blaze being objectively a very kind and nice person that no one should have any reason to dislike. You were in Rax's stream the other day and a dude said you were literally ruining PoE 1. What? How? Blaze is so powerful, he's ruining PoE 1. That's like when people accuse DM of not liking Path of Exile 2. You can't stop shitting on PoE 1, but you like PoE 1. In fact, I was in your stream once where someone was shitting on... Oh no, they were shitting on PoE 2. But still, you were like, I don't like shit on games. It's like a policy of yours that you don't shit on anything. Wow. Man, they need to really sort out these items that drop as corrupted. I think they need to prioritize fixing corrupted item drops. They is terribad. Can we get into this mansion yet, please? No? How many maps do I have to run? My motto is to play what you have fun playing. Exactly, man. Exactly. It baffles me how people get so uptight about the way other people enjoy things or what they play. Or like, it's like you're part of your personal identity that liking something means you have good taste, right? And so if someone disagrees with that taste or doesn't have the same taste, that it's like a personal slight against you. I don't know. It's baffling to me. We should get Blaze a t-shirt that says #1 PoE 1 hater. Man, why are normal map bosses spawning from delirium shards? Where's my delirium boss, man? You need that attire, yeah. Blazeworks TV, where we only hate games. That is what gets the clicks though, eh? If you do happen to critique a game, I get the longest view duration, the most clicks on my feedback videos. But that's like... It's like the phenomenon of, you know, when I made those feedback videos, I had so many people, like, in the comments, you know, I created what I thought was a pretty thoughtful set of feedback and then some ideas on how to improve things. And people are like, yeah, man, you're absolutely right. PoE 2 sucks. And I'm like, whoa. It's like, that is not what I said. United in misery. That's what we all are. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I would play evasion deflect in hardcore. Maybe not without this level of investment, but I think evasion deflect is good enough for hardcore now. Maybe we'll do it in Timmy League. I'm like max effectiveness, 6 mod, delirious T15s, and it's just, you know, I very rarely feel like I'm in danger of dying on Witch Hunter. No, not with energy shield at home, Blaze. Just pure life evasion deflect. Like my Pathfinder is here. Oh fuck. Can I leave? Thank you. Oh, you motherfuck. You see, even there I was completely surrounded, perfectly safe. Was not worried at all. No worries here. Oh, fuck. God, this guy is tanky AF. Good lord. Ooh, divine for my troubles. A divine for your thoughts? Oh. You don't like the idea of doing evasion deflect without sorcery ward, Blaze? Even after this wonderful demo of how tanky it is? Sorcery ward makes everything better, that's true. As do the Witch Hunter's voice lines. I'm going to be doing a gemling next, so I'm looking forward to getting back to the best voice lines in the game. I should really get a better flask though. I'm using a just a normal flask but with a utility belt. I feel like I'd feel a lot safer if I just had an instant flask. I keep meaning to, and then I keep forgetting, and then it just doesn't seem to really matter. Whatever, Media, with the gifted subs. That's very kind of you, Media. Thank you so much. I'm surprised you don't already have the pet, Media. 2 Verisium pets. Oh, you just did it out of the kindness of your heart. That's so kind of you. Thank you. Ooh, more coffers. Oh, empty. Empty coffers. What are these Abyss Lords doing? Saving 2 Augmentations Orbs and a Val Orb in their chest of treasures? What's even the point? Just keep it in your pocket. You don't have to put it in the bank. Did you actually get a second pet for that, Media? Man, I mean, juicing up maps feels pretty safe for me, but it doesn't have to make them take a while. The toughness scaling is pretty crazy. It runs through Friday. Yeah, right. It runs until yeah, the end of this week, right? Oh, you did get a second one. Nice. Heads for everyone. All of these are junk.
Gold is worth more than we buy.
He ain't wrong. I can't even bring myself to have the PoE1 icon on my desktop because it smells like Blazer's poop. Don't ask me how I know. What an oddly specific thing to say, protagonist. It could only be true. Much confusion has been created in the chat. The quantity of Blazers shitting on PoE1 has meant that all desktop icons now smell like Blazers poop. Told you had haters. Well, I know for a fact you've made that particular hater a VIP in your Discord, so I feel like you've brought it upon yourself, Blaze. Keep your enemies close, eh? He's a day one of your stream. Oh, protagonist is just the best guy, eh? He's also basically a day one of my stream as well. Protagonist has been here keeping me company from the start. Why does it always rain on me? All right, let's see how quick we can take down boobies. Wow, she's hitting hard. And she's dead. Apparently we've still got some abysses to run, so we'll finish the map. Oh wait, did the wisp thing spawn? Where's my wisp thing? Oh, we can access it now. Okay. That was weird. I thought I needed to run one more lap. Today I learned you can get increased leech effect on the ring as a desecrated mod. Nice. Is it actually good? I have like 20% leech, and it's like okay. But I'm not doing that much fizz damage, to be honest, because I'm using Ulnatol's Embrace. Expansive alloy. Are they even worth anything? Probably not, right? No. Just take the 3 exalts. It might be what you need to get Archmage working. Ah. never want to keep running Delhi, to be honest. It seems to just be making my maps take a hell of a lot longer, and I don't know how much reward it's giving me. Feels like getting more maps done would be a lot better. Stormcast, welcome to the stream. Alright, I think we're heading into an ad. Yeah, we're heading into an ad in like a minute and a half. Abyss is twice as hard as all the other League mechanics. Delhi is twice as hard as Abyss. Yeah, I mean, Delhi just slows things down, eh? But yeah, maybe I'll just add Abyss instead of Delhi. I was adding Breach because I wanted to do some amulet crafting. I figured maybe getting some beefy Spirit Reservation amulets might be a good moneymaker, but so I just learned that the Eternal Rage one is only 5 div, which actually doesn't seem like very much money. I don't want to go from a 2-minute map to a 10-minute map. No, it does feel like maybe I'm... every League mechanic seems to just slow my mapping down, but I am just a very slow player. What's with all these like weird 2-mod rares that drop from bosses as well? Like, why is that a thing? All right, I'm going to run the Derelict Mansion after this ad break. So I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back in like 2 minutes. All right. Back for subscribers, still another 30 seconds for the non-subscribers. Sorry, normally I remember to press play when I take my earphone out when I go on a break, but I forgot. So it just stopped the music because I took my wireless headphone out. I think I'm going to get myself some IEMs and just have wired headphones so that I don't run into that problem. All right. Let's get some tablets that have Waystone drop chance. I believe in the conspiracy theory of stacking Waystone chance on the deadly bosses. Right, so I need a Waystone that also has Waystone drop chance. This has max res and Ellie pen, but I think we can run it anyway. All right, I am subscribing to the conspiracy theory that running triple Waystone chance will give us more shots at a lineage gem. This is the conspiracy theory. It worked on my first Jade Isles. I got a Rakiatus from my first Jade Isles using triple irradiated with Waystone chance and a high Waystone chance Waystone. So let's do it. And we are running Doriani's for 2 goes in case we die. You have no idea how much tablets are selling for. I was getting nearly a div per Abyss white tablet yesterday. Dang. Yeah, it depends on the... Well, I mean, a div for Abyss white tablets is crazy. What we got here? Oh, a rare unique item. Go on then. I'll do the boss first, just because I want to finish the quest. And then I'll come back and do that expedition, just in case it's rippy. We appear to have rolled corruption on this zone, so... it may be rippy. Let's see, what is it? It's Rigwold's from this one, right? Which is like a 70 div lineage gem. I did not get a lineage gem. Well, I didn't get a good lineage gem from Asmadi. So pretty bad luck, you know, considering I've got one from Zesht and Jade Isles. I think I got whatever the cheap lineage gem from Asmadi is. But at least he dropped one. I know a lot of people have been saying that they're not even dropping the cheap ones. Terrell, good to see you. You don't know why, but this map annoys you so much? Yeah, I mean, it's a maze map, isn't it, basically? Let me out. Don't kill me. Thank you. That's the problem with frag rounds. It doesn't do any damage to something that doesn't have riven armor, so I couldn't even shoot my way out of that cage. Aelith's Chimes. Is that actually a tink? Is it really a tink? No, it's not. It's 49x. But hey, at least I got a lineage gem. Yeah, half a div. It's not the 70 div that a Rigwold's could have been, but... never lucky, eh? No. Oh. Can I talk through Ulnatol? You do not need Ulnatol's Embrace, TJR. When I wasn't using Ulnatol's, I was using Arakali's Lust. And then I would just swap Arakali's onto HVR. The only reason I'm using Ulnatol's Embrace was because it felt like a safe investment. You do not need it at all. Yeah, it's not a huge damage increase for APR. I'm just very lazy, basically. And I both wanted to store my divines in something that was going to hold its value, and I wanted to stop swapping gems when I wanted to go into bosses. But yeah, I would just put in Arakalis, which is like 1 exalt. Oh, I'm losing my voice. But make sure I hydrate before the podcast. So yeah, I would just put Arakalis in and then swap it to high velocity rounds when you're doing bosses. In the same way we swap Takati's Ire into fragmentation rounds. I don't really like fresh clip because I don't like not being able to control when I get the bonus. And the ramp up from Arakali's Lust is very powerful. Let's do body armor because why the hell not? Maybe we can go over here, can we? Yeah, there we go. And get all the rare chests. This feels like it might be quite rippy. But yeah, I did pick up a Prism of Belief with +3 proj for APR, and that has actually improved the DPS quite a lot, though it's made mana a bit annoying. Oh, we got a Tomb of the Fallen Knight. Though he doesn't drop anything, right? He just drops some exceptional Verisium if you're lucky. Oh, fucking hell. I mean, just did 2k damage to me. Let's play the game of Find the Last Mob. Where are you hiding? There you are. Oh, fuck, yeah. Saw that coming. I just had a feeling there that I was standing in the wrong place. Though it also didn't feel like I could do very much about it. Do we have we had a spirit? Oh, I got slammed by the spirit bear. I thought it was my bear. I thought I was safe. But it was this one's bear. This is the problem with Rite of Passage, eh? Betrayed by the spirits that were meant to protect me. Oh, what? No, I did not mean to do that. Vulcan, good to see you. I really do need to get the channel point redeem of mistake. Did I make a Mobalytics write-up for any adjustments? Yes, I updated the Mobalytics with the high investment version of the build. Though to be honest, the medium investment version will do everything quite comfortably, apart from maybe like super juiced maps. God damn, these hit hard. But yeah, I put the high investment version in. I decided not to bother with even trying out Cospreys because I'm happy that fucking hell. I'm happy that I don't need to worry about intelligence. We lose some single target damage, but that like really doesn't matter. All right, homie, gonna lurk and get... Oh, fuck. I was not paying attention. Oh well. That was a chat death. Gonna lurk and get ready. Hit you up on Discord around 5 minutes prior. Caught, yeah. That's alright. Mistake! Reading chat. Yeah, no worries. I'm gonna end my stream about half an hour before the podcast, whatever. So you can hit me up at any point in between half an hour before and before. And we can do a sound check or something. All right, well, at least we got what we went for, which was the Jado point. So now we could farm some Zesht. Where should I farm now? There's a bunch of options, really. We can go do the temple quest line. I haven't done any temple yet. Probably switch to Abyss tablets. What's the podcast? Is it live? Yes. The podcast will be on whatever Media's channel on Twitch. I don't know. I think, do you stream to YouTube as well, Media? But yeah, it'll be live in 1 hour and 15 minutes. Wait, no. 40. Wait, I'm getting confused with the timings. Yeah, 1 hour 15. Right. Yeah. Time periods were confusing me. But yeah, TJ, I'll be doing a podcast with Media in 1 hour and 15. No, that's what confused me. It's 6 p.m. my time. Yeah, I was confusing myself there. Yeah, I think the time zone changed since we arranged the podcast. So yeah, 1 hour and 15. Temple is really easy to get online quickly and get an Aziri run about every 2 temples. Dang, all right. Yeah, let's head over to Temple then. I'm going to switch my tablets up. Let's run some... We'll do some lineage supports, double effect, anomaly to be revealed, drop an additional unique. Corrupted Waystones, drop an additional, have an additional modifier. Oh, and Remnants, yeah, we'll do Remnants. So I think we'll run Jado now, and we'll run Abyss. And... could just do triple Abyss. I quite like Abyss. I'm just going to run Abyss for a while, I think. And drop the Irradiated. We can do effectiveness for each pit closed if we're doing triple Abyss tablets. It's not too hard as long as... it's not too hard as long as we don't have Delirium running. And if we're doing triple Abyss tablets, we won't have Delirium running. So we'll do effectiveness. This doesn't even have a 4th mod. Effectiveness. Effectiveness? We'll see how hard this is, shall we? We will see. Oh, how the tables of the turning tides of the tables have turned. Oh, we can't run 2 maps at once, if only. All right, let's see how this feels. Double effectiveness per pit closed. Single revive. But the revive shouldn't be too bad. He says confidently. Watch me immediately get splattered now. Oh, I'm going to turn shit uniques back off on my filter. Do you think GGG has mostly finished endgame product at the moment? I've personally really enjoyed the quest moving me around the map. I think this is the start of the endgame, right? I think what we have is quantity, which a lot of people wanted, and quite rightfully, right? There is a lot to do in the endgame. Personally, for me, I think we need difficulty. And difficulty that isn't just like stacking tons of delirious. But we definitely have quantity. I would like some harder bosses, right? We need Ubers. We need real Uber bosses. My build only does, I say only, but my build does around 6 million DPS, which means it vaporizes most bosses pretty quickly. Yeah, I mean, I'm like, you know, I'm a pretty inefficient player, but I have found that it's taken me quite a while to finish my Atlas trees. Much longer than most other people, it seems, in terms of played time. But I've kind of just been also doing like quite difficult maps that take quite a while to clear. I've done a lot of faffing around as well. Where I've like kind of been aimlessly doing maps just for the fun of it. I think Definitive rushed the endgame quest lines and Atlas trees and managed to get it all done in about 40 something hours, which is quite a lot. It's quite a long time, eh? Can I show my weapon? I can. There you go. +4 proj. Tier 2 fizz percentage, attacks chain additional time, greater essence of abrasion, perfect essence of abrasion, and then life leech. Here you go, Michael Lucifer. It is a good weapon. It could be better, but not for the price that it would cost. I'm not willing to pay it. But yeah, I think we have much more PoE endgame to come, right? I think we've got Uber bosses to come, more League mechanics. I'm hoping to find infinite scaling difficulty somewhere to challenge the build further. I haven't tried Ocean Delve yet, for that matter, or how Delve works. Yeah, the Ocean exploration doesn't have infinite scaling. There is no infinite scaling difficulty at the moment. The main way you're going to be able to test how powerful at least the clearing side of the build is with like really high delirious maps. But you don't really get much of a reward for doing them. It's kind of just to push it. I'm cooking up a poison spiral arrow abyssal leech. That sounds pretty cool, Vulcan. I'm going to do a Siege Cascade Leech, I think, this league. I've never played Leech, so I'm excited to try it. How to get projectile level 4. Unfortunately, Michael, you can only get it by getting lucky. Crafting in 0.5 is very luck-based. So I bought a magic base that had T2 fizz percentage and +4 proj. They are around 30 divines. That or get very lucky with a slam is really the only way to get all of the mods that I have on my crossbow. On average, to craft the crossbow that I have, you're probably looking at, on average, 90 to 100 divines. If you get very lucky, then you can do it for cheaper. You can probably do it for 50. If you get unlucky, then it's going to cost you 150 plus. The good news is you don't need a crossbow like I'm using. You can do just fine with proj and fizz damage. You don't need the gainer's fizz. to do all of the content in the game. It will just make bosses go a little bit faster and clearing a bit better. But if you want to do like most of the juicing strategies, you don't really need to have something as powerful as I'm using. I'd be more inclined to spend my divines on good defenses so that you're not dying in juiced maps. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how much a T2 fizz percentage crossbow base is at the moment, but I imagine they're relatively cheap now, just a few divines. Or you can just buy the 30 divine one and then just slam it a few more times and be perfectly happy with +4 proj and fizz percentage. How do you get 2 crafted mods on the weapon? There is a rune called Astrid's Creativity, which costs around 20 divines on the market, and it allows you to have a second crafted modifier. And you can socket it, add the second crafted modifier, and then you can replace it. It costs 20 div. Yeah, they're about 20 div at the moment. Deterministic crafting is expensive. I think they're 20 div, according to PoE Ninja. 21. So yeah, so you can see why I only did it when I got the fracture. They are limited to 1, unfortunately. I was hoping that you could just add 2 of them and get 2 crafted modifiers, which would mean you could get a +3 proj. Ooh, a divine. I mean, 20 divine sounds like a lot, right? But it feels to me like you can make 20 divine pretty quickly in the current endgame, even if you're just doing Alk and Go. What is this? Is this a hare? Oh, it's Fox. Fox isn't too bad. Why didn't it inhabit the rare that it walked past? What have we got? Oh, it's Bonk Queen. Queen of the Bonk. You know what they need to do? They need to remove Delwyn from maps. The amount of times I've accidentally talked to him and it's nearly gotten me killed. Yeah, I think because the exalt ratio on divines is holding quite steady, I think you can, you can save up for 20 divine purchases relatively quickly. All right, let's finish these abysses. The rare coffer chests do tend to sometimes have good rewards. Yeah, I have some expensive craft. So Raven Touched Helm is also like 50 div. Allows you to instill your helm, which is very strong though. So if I had like a weapon that was a bit worse than this, if I didn't have the Gainer's Fizz, right? If I just had the +4 proj. You didn't know you could instill your helmet, Gaius? Yeah, I was very surprised to learn that too. All you need is an item that costs 50 divines. Where are they? All you need is one of these, a Raven Touched Shard. It is socket bound though, you can't remove it or replace it. Oh, your SSF, I forget, yeah. I did 10 runs of Tangmazu, and it dropped on like run number 7 with the Doriani Atlas passive that allowed me 2 chances at a unique. I'm gonna have to spend like the morning sorting out my stash, eh? It's insane. Yeah, it's really insane. I know some of the Delirium uniques also have the Raven Touched property. I don't know if all of them can roll Raven Touched or if it's only some of them. But if you're using any of the Delirium uniques, they can also get it. And then you can have like 3, maybe 4 anoints. Yeah, I haven't checked trade yet to see if any of the uniques that I want to use this league have it. But I want to do a build with the bow, the periphery bow. If that can be Raven Touched, that's going to be pretty cool. The necklaces are wild too. You want to try and farm a gold amulet, but you can't get the double anoint on any base. It's a special base that doesn't have a implicit. Well, it does have an implicit, and that implicit is either -1 prefix or -1 suffix. Oh, a good amulet. Sorry, I misread that as gold amulet. Yeah, the one thing that was happening when I was doing triple deli tablets, oh, perfect jewelers, was I was getting a loathsome Maya basically every map when I was doing triple deli tablets. Now, I did not get any good combinations, really. It feels like the Delirium amulets are in too much competition with the Breach Spirit amulets. Feels like getting a free Spirit reservation is a lot more powerful than an extra anoint. You do have to give up, what, a prefix and a suffix? So the trade is a bit higher, but I mean... Eternal Rage, anyone? 30% more damage for a prefix and a suffix? I think that's worth it, right? Kind of forgot we have the spirit ones, yeah. And I don't think they're too hard to craft if you're invested in Breach. Oh, it's raining chaos. Wow, it's so much more relaxing to do maps without Delirium on them, eh? We're chilling. And the drops are pretty good. Maybe a div a map on average. I have stopped using Val Orbs on essences though, because they are worthless. And Val Orbs are actually quite expensive. I tried to roll a bunch of T16 maps, and it was actually quite pricey to try and roll them, because Val Orbs seem to be quite rare this league. I guess Temple will be a decent source of them, but... I rolled an entire inventory tab full of maps to try and get T16s. I got like 5 T16s. And then I looked at trade prices, and they're like a divine each for a T16 map with any mods on it. So I'm just saving them for like +1 monster level areas. Or maybe if we want to set ourselves up a super high level temple. You were struggling with Val Orbs until you started doing Temple? That's cool. Yeah, people have been complaining about augments and stuff not dropping enough. To be honest, you do get tons of them by doing Abyss. The coffers drop them in abundance. So if you spec into Ulaman and the coffer chest, you'll get tons. But yeah, they don't drop very often otherwise. You need to get it for the desecration stuff anyway, yeah. Yeah, with everything being so split up, right? It's like it's good for SSF in the sense of you can target things, but then also you can't get the thing unless you do the thing that you need to target. So in trade, it keeps everything price-wise pretty healthy. But in SSF, I actually don't know if it's a boon, right? Unless you have a lot of free time. What do you think? Progress has felt slower, yeah. Do you find you're getting blocked at more avenues than you would normally in SSF? Like compared to 0.4. Could be a dog shit weapon. Probably have twice the number of maps done if you had a decent staff. I don't know, I mean, you would just up the difficulty, right? And then things would probably go about the same pace. You would just up the difficulty to whatever you can handle. That's what I find anyway. I think it would be fine if you could simultaneously progress league mechanics with the Atlas passives. Yeah, like, unless you're spamming the boss, right? Which is basically a trade league thing to be doing. Why can't I damage you? Someone got Undying Will over there? Yeah, I think the trade economy is feeling pretty good. Feels like no matter what I choose to do, I will make a relatively okay income. I don't think doing anything will get you a Mage Blood anytime soon, but it'll at least get you to a build that's functional. Most of the other uniques in the game have come down in price quite a lot. Even the Taming's gone down to like, what, 12 Divines? That started out at like 30. Yeah, things don't feel very rewarding until you got your Atlas passives. Once I found out you could just buy boss progression items, I decided to spam League mechanics and use them to fund my Atlas progression. As in you were spamming the mechanics that get you the boss items so you could sell those. Or you like bought a bunch of the boss items so that you could just fill up your Atlas. Ah, you were using League mechanics to fund getting access to Arbiter, right? So that you could finish your main Atlas tree. I was quite perturbed to find that I still had to do all of the towers around the outside of the fortress, though, to get the last points. But then I was later unperturbed when I realized that it actually gave me quicker access to the other quest areas that I needed to access for the masters. Because each of the towers on the outside of the fortress gets you access to that part of the Atlas with only one hop. I made out like a bandit on the taming. I bought 5 sets when each ring were 1x each and then sold each taming for like 60D. Good lord. Dang, Vulcan. Well done. There is some shrewd dealing. Oh, we made 7 divines on a prism of belief. Nice. Oh, we haven't done the boss. Whoops. But where is it? Oh, stupid light radius. Who do I have to pay at GGG to stop getting an essence of battle or body every single essence mob? I'm sorry, dude. That must be so annoying. They will not defeat me. You'll get there. Let's shine together. What is this? Place a waystone to unlock this slot. 4 slots. 4 tablet slots. Oh, is it because it's a city? It's because it's the city. The city biome. We can do 4 abyss tablets. All right. 4 abyss tablets it is then. Another effectiveness tablet? Why not? Why not? And rarity. Yes, please. Increase monsters, double effectiveness and rarity. I bet that's actually quite a valuable tablet. Increased chance to lead to adepts, monster rarity. Yeah. Desecrated currency. Gold. We can alch this, I think. Abyssal modifiers, rare monsters, rarity. I think we'll just run those. It is Sun Temple, though. which is obviously a very bad map. A very bad map. These better not all be Sun Temple. They turned the sun off? Oh, I haven't even run one. Oh, it's a random map though because it's corrupt. I actually never know what map I'm going to walk into. Well, all of my maps are corrupted, so actually I'll be entering random maps. Thanks to Jado. Oh, he's got proximal. Uh-oh. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Uh-oh, is this going to be a rip? Alright, we good, we good. Greater Chaos. Ancient Rune of the Titan. Go on then. Oh, I guess I should have taken unique jewelry there, eh? Where is the mob hiding? Okay, note to self, don't look at chat while you're doing remnants because they are rippy AF. Actually have to dodge the mobs. I can't believe I've only found one mage blood. It's so unfair. 90% of your deaths are to remnants. Yeah, there's some really rippy stuff that they can produce, eh? But you can see all of the orgs and transmutes dropping from these coffers. So if you do finish the Abyss questline, which the Abyss questline is also the only questline that gets you your full Atlas passive points by just doing the questline. So you can just spec into Ulaman and you'll be swimming in orgs and transmutes. Because you'll get so many coffer chests. Got our first temple point. Where do we go? Restricted rooms, having a chance to contain additional chests. Defeating the architect gives you more rooms. Allows terraforming. Research restricted rooms which add biome bonuses to the temple. Oh. Avoid destabilization. +1 area level. There we go. Okay, we're going straight to area level, eh? Duplicate currency. Temple currency. Xantipi's medallion. Oh, Waystone mods, alright. Additional monsters on beacons. Ooh, chance for beacons to drop items. I guess, well, we'll do temple level first. And then we'll do beacons can drop temple currency. That's pretty good. I hadn't even looked at the Atlas tree. It's actually pretty good, isn't it? I mean, what's temple currency currently sitting at? Cultivation orbs are half a div. Extractions are half a div, or like 2/3 of a div. Okay, it's all sitting at under a div. I guess people are running temple now. People say do not add biome rooms. Oh. Do you know why? Does it break something? They have the same problem as ancient emotions. Oh, right. You get less rewards. Good to know. Thank you for the tip. But I really just want to fill out all of the bonuses, even if they make everything's worse. The completionist inside of me just wants the numbers to be full up. Yeah, it's very hard for me not to just click the button anyway. It doesn't feel like these monsters are getting more effectiveness with every closed breach, every closed abyss. They feel just as easy no matter how many I open. Alright, actually, this one feels a bit more tanky. Where are my divs? Give me my divs. You stop summoning ice walls. Map complete. Probably slot it in last, but still do it. Yeah, I'll probably end up clicking the button as well. Effigy of Cruelty. It's not worth anything, but it is a useful item. How much are orgs worth at the moment? Or I guess transmutes are the more expensive one. Wow, it's only 14 to 1 exalt on transmutes. What the fuck? And it's 21 to 1 on orgs. Yeah. I mean that's it, isn't it? It's three greater transmutes to 1. And 8 greater orgs to 1. I guess that's why people have started pricing in orgs and transmutes for some stuff. I'm surprised white utility belts aren't worth anything. Can you even chant, say, Mage Blood? We should put anyone who does that in jail. Straight to jail. Do not collect 200. Do not pass go. Alright, can we get to this now? Apparently not. Do I have to go all the way around? I mean, that's fine, whatever. Let's go grab a map. Where, oh where will the portal take us? Woodlands. It's nice that I get the city bonus, but I don't have to run the city map. I can go there if I complete the map next to it. Ah. Thank you, Dutch Azono, and welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Yeah, I think once they fix all of the actual master passives, I'm really going to enjoy... Ooh, hello. Level 20 skill gem. I think I will. I think I'll take one of those. Yes. Abso-fucking-lutely. Thaumaturgic Flux is 1.4 div. A level 20 skill gem is 5 divines. Should I actually look at what the mods are going to be? Inspect runes. Move speed, fire damage, slain monsters may merge into stronger monsters, increase experience, proximity shields, and union of souls. That's what makes them so tanky, eh? But it doesn't matter, we're going to run it anyway. Where are the monsters? Alright, lock in, baby. We need this 20 skill gem. I mean, we don't, but I want it. Oh no, I've accidentally awoken the abyss. I really need to properly report this crossbow bug. Sometimes when I press the second crossbow weapon, it just doesn't fire straight away. It's like the old weapon swap delay is in there sometimes. That's what it feels like. Remember when we had to wait when you swapped weapons? Well, that was easy. That's what it feels like sometimes is happening when I go to shoot my second crossbow. I'm glad they changed it too, but it seems to be still happening. Yeah, instant is really good when it works. There, look, I'm holding down the second button and it reloaded anyway, even though the clip was full. I think the clip was full there anyway. See if we can make it happen again. Alright, now it's not doing it, now it's just working. Jawbone? Not jawbone, collarbone? I don't use a weapon swap yet, so I don't have the currency to even get a decent main crossbow. Kind of stuck at tin eye maps till I get a better crossbow. Are you playing this build, Dutch Zono? Just picked up a staff off the ground with +5 skills and gainer's gold. Taunting you indeed. Not with poison, but yes, right. I just completed the Delhi quest line. At some point, the map was like 130 delirious. The most annoying thing about that is now all of the rest of the maps in that area will be at least 130% delirious. I went back to try and get some more Delhi points, and it was just too hard. Each map was like starting, I think I got up to like 160% delirious before each map was taking like half an hour to run. So I just bought Tangmazu, fragment so that I could just get the points that way. It seems a bit off to me that they don't, it doesn't reset after you finish the quest line. Feels like an oversight. Yeah, it's weird, yeah. I'm sure they'll iron all these bugs out here. They had to know that they were releasing a lot of these bugs. Alright, we are coming to the end. Oh, I actually didn't catch the ad before it ran. Oops. I was going to snooze it. Stoked Idol says 5% of damage bypasses energy shield. Who would ever want that? Ah, Gaius. Well, this is something I do know about. There are two builds that want that. One of them is Leech, and the other is Sacrosanctum Recoup. Body damage bypasses energy shield for a hybrid recoup build with Sacrosanctum. That is basically a 5% damage reduction. It's really strong. I did a Sacrosanctum build in 0.4 or 3. No, I did it in 0.3. I was trying to get recoup to work on not a Chronomancer, and it didn't. It worked for bosses, it's incredible for bosses, but it just wasn't very good for mapping because there was no real way to increase your recoup speed in 0.3 outside of Chronomancer. But yeah, all of the nodes that make damage bypass energy shield. So you would take the hit to your energy shield and you would recoup both life and energy shield. But because obviously you're just taking 5% of the damage to your life instead of your energy shield, you would recoup the entire hit to your life, but you would only take 5% of the hit. It's really strong. That is the only use I can see for it, though. It's very niche. Yeah, it's real, but niche. But that's fine, right? It's good to have tools like that for those kind of builds. It's a really strong defensive option. Though I think Kaltorak was testing recoup stuff, and apparently, even though they've moved the nodes out of Chronomancer, it requires so many points. He said it doesn't really feel worth it. Too much on the passive tree to feel good, yeah. Definitely have to give up some damage to make it good. Oh, I've run past the boss entrance again without activating it. Whoops. You could do a lot with those points elsewhere. Yeah, but I mean, if you get enough recoup speed, you are effectively immortal, right? So if you have a build that doesn't require a lot of passives for damage, it's pretty good. I mean, I think I'm invested pretty heavily in defenses on my tree. I mean, what's my tree looking like? All of this is defense, defense, defense. Oh, that's it. Actually, I'm not that invested in defense, am I? Maybe a third. I was lying. I see you're a Pathfinder. Yes, we are a double poison stacking sprinting Pathfinder. What I'm doing, Dutch Zono, is I am training my muscle memory to not be afraid to sprint everywhere, so that when I switch characters, I will die constantly. And that will make the game challenging. Arbor of Divinity, no more sprinting. Every difficult mechanic, no more sprinting. Look at that DPS through the damage reduction. This is the first league I've tried to fully build my own character. Ah, are you here because of my make your own builds video, Dutch Zono? If so, that makes me very happy. Just a bit stuck on gear, yeah. But I mean, the process is fun, right? It's so satisfying to go through that struggle with something you've made yourself. Figuring out all the problem solving. No random recommended on the left, but now we'll definitely check it out. Oh, I see. Fair enough. You just found me because I guess I'm on the directory. We've made it. People are coming in just because I'm high enough on the directory. We've made it, boys. And ladies, if there are any of my lady viewers, apologies. I know there's one or two. ASAP Wrath, welcome to the stream. For the love of God, can someone help me? What do you need help with, ASAP Wrath? Tree is probably not optimized at all. That's fine. You don't need to worry about optimization really, unless you're actually stuck. I don't really fully optimize my tree for most of my builds. Trying to figure out how to get Wyvern form on Talisman. There is a minimum level required for Wyvern form, ASAP Wrath. I don't remember what that level is. Maybe someone in the chat does. I want to say it's like at least 20. But it needs to be a talisman with at least level 20. Yeah, it's in the 20s somewhere. You're level 41. You should have 3 options on your talisman then. One for each form. Yeah, there we go. Protagonist is also saying the same thing. Feeling glad I got sunshine. In a bag I'm useless, but not for long, the future is coming on. Alright, this is meant to be a quick map, but things are taking a bit longer. I'm meant to be ending my stream soon. It's definitely before the 40s. Dutch Zono, if you do want any build advice, we have a Discord. You're welcome to join, and there is a build channel on there. Would I recommend my loot filter for other pleeps paying this build? I probably wouldn't recommend. I mean, you can use my filter if you want. I was thinking of following someone else's because I've just turned off most rare drops. Yeah, we have a little community Discord, Zono, and either me or one of the other members, I'm sure we'll be happy to help you out when we get a spare minute. Won't always be the quickest response, but you will get one. Does the talisman have to be a minimum level requirement? Yes, it has to be something. It does have to be a minimum level, but I'm not sure what it is. In the 20s somewhere, I think. What level is your talisman? ASAP Wrath. That we'll be able to tell you if your talisman is too low for sure. Ooh, my divine. Oh, your talisman is... Yeah, okay. There we go. Problem solved. Well, it looks like Media's online, so when we're done here, we'll raid out to Media, because I'm going to be there in about 20 minutes anyway. So let me just finish this depths in this map. Then we'll raid out to Media, and then I'll be back on his podcast in like 20 minutes. Have I planned what drama I'm going to farm for the pod? I do not farm drama, Gaius Quintus. I do not have the energy to farm drama. I am happy with the number of views and viewers that I get. If it increases, great, but at the moment, I have no ambition. No ambition for the big leagues. I feel like I'm a part of the creator community. I have you guys to hang out with, which I really enjoy. I get to make the videos I want to make. You know, I can stop making a crafting video that sucks because I don't need to be putting out videos that frequently. So we're all good. We're all good. I got no beef with anyone. Everyone is really lovely that I talk to. Can I show my helmet? Yes, I can. So it's a very high evasion helmet with deflection and T1 resistances. T1 or T2? T2 resistances. And as big a life roll as I could afford. How do I scale the damage of this skill? Of APR, projectile levels, a good crossbow. Takati's Ire is really good with Eternal Rage. Dominus Grasp and Attacks Chain and Additional Time is really important for being able to do high-end maps, which is a suffix on the weapon from Desecration. But yes, the helmet is a very good evasion helmet, which I have also spent another 50 divines anointing. So I get 60 spirit from my chest, Michael Lucifer. It was cheaper for me to get a good chest with spirit than it was to get a neck with spirit and plus proj. And we still got 2,000. This chest cost me 50 div. But you don't need a 50 div chest, right? This is just because I was min-maxing the build. So the chest was like 50 div. The helmet was 20 for the helmet, I think, and then 50 for the anoint. The neck, I think, was 20 or 30 div. The boots were like 10 div, I think. The rings were very cheap. The rings were like 50x or a div or something. But my ninja is up to date. If you do exclamation ninja, you can look at all of my gear. Updated 5 minutes ago. So exclamation ninja. Actually, does that work? I don't know if it works in YouTube. I can paste my ninja into YouTube. There you go, YouTubers. There's my build. All right. Okay, we are done with mapping. We are done with my stream for today. So we're gonna raid out to media, and then in 15 minutes I'll be on his podcast. So if you're all around, you can come hang out there. If not, it's been great to see you, and I will see you tomorrow. Where are my quick actions? Raid channel. Is he online? Yeah, he is. There we go. All right, let's raid out, and I'll see you all tomorrow, 8 p.m. till 11 p.m. UK time.